Hi Diana, it's Bev. I am going to try to do a short tutorial for you here so that you can get a feel for what MyFitnessPal does for logging your food. All right, so I know you know some of this, but I'm just going to try and enter some things so you can see how I'm navigating. All right, so basically let's add a food for lunch. And let's just say that I made a smoothie, all right, and it's got 3 ingredients. So the first ingredient I have is this cacao powder. I am going to, where's the UPC? There it is. I'm going to scan the UPC, and it's going to come up with 60 calories, 8 grams of carbs, 1.5 grams of fat, and 4 grams of protein. A serving size is 2.5 tablespoons. Now let's see. That actually matches what the package says. 2.5 tablespoons is 1 serving. Now, when I made the smoothie, I actually put in a serving and a half, okay? So, let's just say I put in 2 servings. Sorry. I put in 2 servings, okay? So essentially, I put in 5 tablespoons in my recipe. That's what that's saying, because the serving size is 2.5 tablespoons, and I put in 2 servings of the thing that I was making. So I'm gonna add that, okay? Then I'm going to add, let's say I already threw out the container and I don't have the container. I want almond milk. Okay, so I'm just going to type it in, almond milk, unsweetened. Now it is coming up because I've already put it in there before, but I want a different brand. So I'm going to put unsweetened vanilla, and I'm going to hit search. Let's see what comes up. Well, there's a generic one with a check mark, which means that a lot of people have used that. There's Nature's Place, there's Meyer, and there's Silk. Let's use Silk just for purposes of, what's going on here. And I've got 1 gram of carbs, 2.5 grams of fat, and 1 gram of protein. My serving size is 1 cup. Well, I only used 1/3 of a cup. So I'm going to put in 1/3 of a serving size because I only used 1/3 of a cup of vanilla almond milk. All right, done. Now, if I was wrong and I wanted to delete that, I would go off to this side, swipe to this side, and delete it. Okay? Let's add 1 more food, and we'll do another scan because those are easy. All right, and we've got 0 carbs, 0 fat, and 18 grams of protein. By the way, I love this. This is collagen peptides, unflavored. All right, so anyway, I put in, let's see, a serving size is 20 grams. Well, what the heck is 20 grams? That's where a scale comes into play, okay? Because unless you have a scale, you do not know what 1 gram is. All right. So a serving size, though, usually is a scoop, which if you look on the container, it says that 2 scoops are in 20 grams. Okay. So you would know that how many servings you used based on how many scoops you used. All right. So 2 scoops equals 20 grams, and that's how much you used. So you had 1 serving. All right, and then if you go to the bottom and you had added all of your stuff in, you would have, if you ate your smoothie, you would have 26 grams of protein, 16 carbs, and then 3 grams of fat. I'm so sorry, I keep moving. This is really hard to do, I'm stretching. So we actually had a lot of food we still would need to eat. You have 85 grams of protein that you still have to eat. You have to eat 183 carbs and 56 grams of fat. All right, so that's essentially what's happening here. Let's go back. And one little trick that I'll show you is if you hit these 3 little buttons here, you could save what you just entered in this meal of lunch as a meal. So what it did, everything that was in that lunch, cacao powder, collagen protein, it would add it all here, and then you would name your meal and you would say smoothie and done, and that is a meal that you could use over and over again. That's how things become simpler and simpler. The other thing that I would tell you is, let's say if I picked a item, let's see here. If I picked an item, there's a multi-add function, and I'm trying to find that for you. Okay, so because I don't know what your other questions are, I'm not sure how far to take this, but I just want you to at least have the basics with what's going on here. Oh, here's the multi-add. We'll do that later. You can also, a lot of times it'll come up and say, hey, add breakfast from 2 days ago, because whatever you ate, you know, so you do from the left and you can add it from there. So anyway, that is the simplest way to do this right now. And I'm looking forward to hearing more of your questions. Okay, bye.